Peter Obi criticizes Tinubu and Shettima'S simultaneous foreign trips amid Nigeria's domestic challenges. Peter Obi, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate and former governor of Anambra State, has expressed strong concerns over the simultaneous foreign trips of both President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima. According to Obi, this move reflects poor governance priorities, especially at a time when Nigeria is battling significant economic hardship, with widespread hunger and poverty affecting millions of its citizens. Welcome to Niger Anchor News. I am Ololade Aremu. In a detailed statement, Obi stated that President Tinubu had initially announced that his foreign trip would last only 14 days, but that period has since passed without the president's return. Obi stressed that considering the country's current troubles, including the economic instability and severe inflation, the president's presence is urgently needed. He criticized Tinubu for choosing to remain abroad rather than prioritizing Nigeria's numerous internal challenges. Obi also questioned the necessity of Vice President Shettima's recent visit to Sweden, which he described as unnecessary and wasteful. He argued that since President Tinubu was already in Paris, France, it would have been more logical and cost-effective for him to attend the 2-day working visit in Stockholm, Sweden, instead of delegating that task to Shettima, who had to travel all the way from Abuja. Obi underscored that the travel time between Paris and Stockholm is only 2 hours, while the journey from Abuja to Stockholm took Shettima over 9 hours, increasing cost and wasting valuable time. The Labour Party leader pointed out the strain on Nigeria's economy, with limited national resources needing careful management. He stressed that the current administration's decision to send both president and vice president out of the country simultaneously does not show the kind of fiscal responsibility and common sense that the Nigerian people expect, especially in these times of acute national hardship. Obi remarked that the government's actions, particularly with regard to its recent economic policies, have led to untold hardship for the majority of Nigerians. He expressed disappointment at the administration's apparent failure to acknowledge and address the depth of the problem facing the nation. Instead of sending top officials abroad, Obi suggested that President Tinubu should have cut its trip short and returned to Nigeria to focus on addressing these urgent issues, such as inflation, unemployment, and the recent removal of 4 subsidies that has further burdened the people. Obi's critique extends beyond the logistics of the trips, focusing on what he views as a failure of leadership in effectively managing the country's resources and addressing its pressing needs. He argued that leaders must demonstrate a commitment to fiscal discipline, particularly at a time when the majority of Nigerians are struggling with basic needs like food and fuel. True leadership, according to Obi, requires making decisions that prioritize the well-being of citizens and managing national affairs with prudence and foresight. Obi concluded by stating that the simultaneous absence of both the president and vice president is worrisome. While it may be arguable that there is no vacancy in the presidency, he emphasized that in a country facing multiple challenges, the presence and leadership of the nation's top leaders is crucial for steering the country towards stability and growth. He called on the administration to show greater commitment to addressing the needs of Nigerians rather than focusing on foreign engagement, and that does not immediately benefit the suffering population. Inasmuch as Peter Obi is showing how much he loves Nigeria, him continually breathing down this government's neck is getting too much, and he's doing too much if you ask me, because all these things he keeps doing are more or less publicity stunts. And it's also for him to stay relevant ahead of the 2027 general elections, knowing fully well that this pattern has appeared before, notably during the former President Buhari's extended medical trips and President Yar'Adua's prolonged absence due to illness. In each case, the absence of leadership contributed to political instability and public distrust. Now taking some comment, at Unwa Fresh says, is it not someone that people voted for will be worried about the people he left back home? At Sami Ogonabo says, It's not about incompetence or lack of common sense. There is a deliberate attempt by the presidency to continue to cause untold hardship while destabilizing the country. You need to be deliberate to be this wicked. At Vindicated Chidi says, this is no longer incompetence, it is deliberate and intentional. And finally, Attorney Aja says, Tinubu and his gang have nothing to offer Nigeria. They are not hiding it. It is up to Nigerians to take back their country by every means necessary. We thank you for your time, and for more updates, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel.